Today we're going to be checking out Zack Films, who is a very interesting character.
If a chicken eats charcoal, will it lay black eggs later? You see, eggshell color is genetically predetermined and is formed in the oviduct just hours before the egg is laid.
If a woman only drinks spinach, will her breast milk be green? If a lady only eats raw steak, will that milk be red? Huh? If she only ate corn, would the boobies produce yellow? Like, what are we talking about? Why are y'all saying it depends? No, it doesn't. It doesn't depend on nothing.
Generally, the color depends on the color of the chicken's feathers. Darker chickens lay brown eggs, and lighter ones lay white eggs. However, if the chicken eats if a chicken eats charcoal, will it lay black eggs later? You see,
What happened? What happened? What just happened? I was so prepped to learn. Like I high key forgot who we were watching in that moment. I ain't never seen LeBron up cock like that before. I ain't never seen that one. Okay. Okay. Let me lock back in.
U.S. soldiers would intentionally make small holes in the ground to listen for enemies underground. You see, enemy forces often dug tunnels and planted explosives beneath their trenches.
Oh, really?
This was a very dangerous.
You know how long it would take to do all that digging, though? Like, would it be worth? I feel like by the time you get to the other side, the war's already over.
Practice, because enemies always. U.S. soldiers would.
I need a reading break after that one. I know we're early. I know we're early. That was ridiculous. That was absurd. That was dumb. I got jump scared. I got jump scared by throat action. Have you ever got jump scared by a throat that so happens to be deep? I did. Give me a page, bro. Give me a page. Give me a page number. Give me a page number. What are y'all choosing Twitch? 28 was the first one. Okay. We're going to page 28. Let's see if 28 got anything for us. Whoa. Okay, yo. Okay. Are they having intercourse? Mr. Gray Rodriguez give me a dark look as we shake hands. It's a warning. He's telling me to back off. He likes her. He likes her a lot. Well, game on, kid. Mr. Rodriguez, where would you like me? My tone is challenged, and he hears it. But Catherine intervenes and waves me towards a chair. She likes to be in charge. The thought amuses me as I sit. Another man who appears to be working with Rodriguez switches on the lights, and momentarily I'm blinded. Hell! Yep, that's enough of that, too. That's enough of that as well. All right. I'm locked in now. I'm locked again.
He pressed all buttons in the elevator using his child face to stop on every floor in the building. You see, his kid wanted to find a secret combination of buttons that will break down the lift, but the elevator control system is programmed to miss such a command because it
Why would you want to break the lift? What do you gain?
leads to overload of relays and brake pads. However, if you press this secret combination, it will bring you. Ooh, he pressed all buttons.
Like, why is him getting hit against the numbers making farting sounds? They were brought to a beach. You press the wrong numbers, you get sent to a beach? What is this elevator? Right.
Always start with the narrow triple 20 section to gain the most amount of points. You see, this is the best strategy to reach a score of 500, one that almost guarantees your chance of winning. But never aim for the bullseye in the center, because it's the loser strategy everyone uses. But if your rival is still leading, simply take a live swordfish and fill it with gasoline. After that, put a cotton cloth inside the mouth and turn it on. Now,
you're turning a...
Always start...
Why did you turn the swordfish to it? Like, I just felt like we could have done that without that. Why did it have to be a live swordfish? You could have used a soda can, water bottle. What is that animal nobody likes? You could have used like an adult elephant, like something else. Whatever, bro. Whatever.
If crushed with a hydraulic press, how much prime could you extract? You see,
why did he groan? Why did he groan? Forget the prime and for somehow prime coming out of butt. Why did he groan like he was letting one rip?
Prime bottles are mainly composed of water, protein, forest, and a small amount of Optimus Prime. So, if you squeeze it, you could get about 11 ounces of juice. And you can use his hairs as a...
I thought he was holding a gigantic piece of feces. I didn't know what that was. I don't know what to expect. I'm trying to predict what happens before it happens, but at some point I have to realize I should just not do that. What do you mean you have forest in the bottle? Forget Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime could just be code for oil. We drink oil anyways. Part of our natural diet. But what is forest?
Broom to clean your dirt.
I have never seen car cheeks before. Metallic butt. I've seen metallic butt, but not car metallic butt. Why does his butt look so tight? I'm looking at it, and the only thing that's going through my mind is, I'm talking about in it.
Start by applying some soda and toothpaste on the soles of your shoes, rubbing them in with an old brush.
Dirty feet shoes.
You see,
Where are
baking
you
soda
walking
and
through?
Toothpaste create an oxide that perfectly dissolves dirt and restores the shine of your shoes.
Okay.
Next, add a sprinkle of gunpowder and start rubbing them fast until they catch fire. Start by applying...
but why? Can you tell me why? I would love to know why you would do that. Why would I want to catch fire? Because the thing about catching fire is, what if you try the get down on the roll method and it's patched? What if rolling is patched? What do you do then? I mean, he has a bathtub beside him though. He has a bathtub beside him. Actually, he's safe. Okay, that's not that bad. He's beside a bathtub. That's basically a fire extinguisher.
Start by placing the Oxford Dictionary into the blender.
I want to know what was on that dictionary.
By placing...
Okay, it just had normal dictionary talk on it. No, that's Zack Films Oxford. Okay, see, I knew something had to be on it. I need to know what words are in here. I need to know what words you're creating the definitions to. I look at chat. I look at YouTube chat. Since they're so far behind, they talking about it smells so good. We're on the next clip, bro. How far behind are you? Next clip, bro. You're living in the past. You're in the past. Come on, catch up. Like.
Placing the Oxford Dictionary into the blender and add 2 raw eggs, then turn it on and mix them for a few seconds.
What type of blender you get? Is that going into is that going into it? How did rewind? Okay, we rewind. How did that blender cut up that bush? Bush? Let's okay. All right. I'm recalibrated. How did that blender cut up that book so good? I need that blender. Cause my blender be getting stuck. And I'd be having to shake it. What blender is that? What brand is that?
Pour it into your ass. You see, knowledge can be absorbed through the intestinal walls directly into the bone marrow.
No, it can't.
And in an hour, you'll be speaking with a perfect British accent. Every time you try to say, start by...
Why would I want to speak in a British accent, though? Why would I want that? I don't understand it. Like, why would I want that, though? That's not really coercing me into doing this. Cause I was thinking about it. Cause I have a tube perfect for the rectal. I meant to say rectum. Let's go to the next video.
Always start with aiming at the pocket between the first and third pins to ensure a hit, rather than the center pin. You see, this specific entry angle creates a chain reaction that always ends into the strike. But if they still refuse to fall, insert your fingers into the ball's holes and swallow it, keeping your arm steady. Then jump inside a Lahitol 95mm.
Explosion! Explosion!
Always.
I'm locked! I'm locked! I'm seeing the future! I'm seeing it! Come on now. Come on.
Start by squeezing the stem, then use both thumbs to push deep into the hole. Next, wrap your fingers tightly around the apple and squeeze hard, holding the pressure. Then turn your thumbs outward. This will cause your fingers to squeeze the sides of the apple while your thumbs lift the top.
I'm predicting Pinocchio gonna come out of nowhere. I'm predicting Pinocchio. Who do y'all think is about to pop out? Take guesses. Who do y'all think is about to pop out? I think Pinocchio about to come out of nowhere. Either Pinocchio. Who else? I don't think it's going to be explosion. I don't think it was someone from VeggieTales. What's something that has to do with apples? A worm? Ooh, a worm is going to go into his mouth.
Next, light the fuse and take a big bite with your... Start by squeezing.
I should have just predicted explosion, bro. If you predict explosion, you're going to get it right 80% of the time, bro. I should have just said explosion. Bro made a grenade. Right.
If you stop trimming your fingernails, most people think they will just grow straight and curl over time. But that's actually not true. You see, the accumulation of bacteria and fungi under the nail plate can cause chronic infections that permanently deform your nail bed. And when you're going to take a shit, you can use them as a scraper. If you stop trimming your fingernails,
even if that was the case, you're not cleaning that well. That's just a booty scratcher, bro. That's all it's doing. It's just scratching buns. It's not cleaning nothing. I need a deep cleanse. I can scratch my butt already. Like, we all do that already.
Always shave with the grain, because shaving against it ensures a closer shave, but tears the skin and causes irritation. You see, until 1745, barbers were also considered surgeons, which explains the red and white stripes on the pole used to represent blood.
Is someone going to strip on it? Like, we're going to see a strip on it?
Bandages. This same technique was used by a field barber in the militia during the war, except he uses a Kalishnikov. Always shave.
Bet you didn't see that one coming. But you are supposed to go with the grain and not against it. Also, it helps prevent ingrown hairs as well, you know. So he did teach you something, right? So what you're supposed to do is take half of Zack films, right? Take half of them and pay attention to the first half, and then just the second half, do what you would normally do to it. I know what you do. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna name call you, bro. I'm not gonna name call you. I won't do it. Jessica. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean. That's on me, bro. That's on me. I didn't mean to name call you, twin. I didn't mean to name call you, but I know what you be doing. My friend weighs 240. She's 12 and 5'3". That's scary. That is scary. Holy. 100% chance they're American. 100%.
They dragged the coffin next to the goal to honor their friend's memory by letting him score the last ball. So one guy stepped back to take the shot that should bounce off the coffin straight into the net. But the impact was so strong that the ball killed two more of their friends.
No, that doesn't make sense. How strong of a leg do you have to kill a friend with a ball kick? I remember the first time I played, like, I participated in a soccer game, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take this a little serious, right? I always was afraid of getting hit in the face with a soccer ball, so I never wanted to play soccer. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play a little bit of soccer. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna try to ignore it because it probably doesn't happen that often. It didn't even take 10 minutes for me to get hit in the face with a ball. It didn't take 10 minutes. Glasses flew off. Never touching a soccer ball again, bro. Ever. Because what do you mean I can be having a good time and then bang, there goes my glasses? And the person who's going to knock your glasses off aren't going to pay for them anyways. They're going to be like, oh, it's part of the game. How about I game this fist in your... Let me relax. Let me relax. Oh, okay.
His skull got deformed from breakdancing too much overtime,
I mean,
leaving him
that
a
makes
flat,
sense.
smooth surface. He
Right.
still wanted to impress
Hey,
girls,
the video's
even if
glitching.
it was too so he decided
This
to
girl
show
has some
some
hair.
dance tricks.
Gangnam
but
Style is not gonna do nothing.
fool
Oh,
of himself.
right.
He was
How did
later
he
recruited in the armed
oh, that's a noggin. Oh, he looked
Forces of the
like Frieza Form 3,
as a
Transformation
perfect
3.
anti-aircraft system for WW3. His
I don't even know how to feel about that. Truly, I genuinely have no clue how to feel about that. It gets to a point where you sit down and think, like, how is this script writing process go? Like, what is being said for us to get here? Who said, okay, we're going to have him spin on his head, go flat-headed, and then throw him in the military? Who presented that idea?
If your hand got stuck in a jar, how do you get it out?
Break the jar?
Start by pouring sunflower oil on your hand.
Okay,
and
that's
rotate
also a
it,
good
making
step.
it smooth and easy to squeeze.
Right.
If that doesn't work, pour some whipped cream from your sister's photos to...
What? Whose? How? How does it come out the photo? How does it come out the photo?
to soften your hand.
How did that happen? Oh, he didn't mean whipped cream. He meant ashes. He keeps his dead sister's ashes in the photo. That's gotta be what he meant. That makes more sense. Okay.
However, if this fucking glass still holds your hand,
Just break
insert
it.
a dynamite stick
Mind you, that came straight out the hole.
right into the... If you're...
I was right, though. I was right. Break the glass.
If a tank fires at you, how many books stacked together can actually protect you?
Forget if a tank is fired at me, right? What I'm doing is I'm getting into a nice athletic stance, right? And I'm waiting for it. And as it makes contact with my hands, I'm spinning it around, throwing it back. That's what I'm doing. I've been practicing this move since I was 8. Right? I went from tennis balls, then it was baseballs. But then it was baseballs getting hit by a bat, right? You know, just so it's a little unpredictable. You know what I mean? And ever since then it was steel balls. Balls getting shot from the jug machine. If you know what a jug machine is, you'll understand. And I'm catching it and I'm throwing it back. Right? I have calluses on my hands from endless catching of deadly devices. I remember when I turned 13. I moved on from balls. It went to bullets. So I had someone shoot at my hand. I catch it like these, like it's a fly, throw it back. Accidentally got 3 bodies. Accidentally. RP to Joseph, Quan, and Nate. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for what y'all did. But I'm prepped. And that's all that matters. Moment of silence for Nate, Joseph, and Quan, bro. Moment of silence.
I'm getting horny.
Okay, I'm locked. We're locked. Yeah. Okay.
You see, the tank shell is designed to go through armored metal and
Right.
stone walls. So even
Right.
if you stack 30 books tightly together, the shell would easily go through them and kill
Right.
you. But if you place the Bible in the book stack, if a tank fires at you,
I just feel like I consumed so much blasphemy at once. That was ridiculous. Wow. Oh my gosh, that was right. Right. Holy. Thank you. I'm not gay for the sub. It's about time for a reading break. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's about time for a reading break. I'm not gonna do it yet. But if we get a little bit, if we start getting too much nonsense, we're gonna do a reading break. Page 48 was the first page I saw. Page 48. We'll either be continuing on the first page or remember the number 48. We'll either be continuing from where we left off or the number 48. All right, let's lock in.
Start by placing your front foot behind the front bolts with your toes slightly hanging off the edge.
So what
keeping your shoulders parallel with
there
the
a baby
board
on
to
me?
maintain balance.
Why are you not just
Then
trying to pick it
snap
up?
the
Are you
tail
trying to
down
dribble it?
sharply with your back foot while
Oh, you're
jumping
trying to-
upwards.
Oh,
and as the
you're
board
using that like a
rises, slide your
skateboard.
front foot up the grip tape and flick off the toe side edge
Right.
of the nose. But if you fail to perform, take the baby and throw it away.
I
Start by
thought it
placing-
was a skateboard. I remember when I was young, I tried to skateboard. I had a friend who loved skateboarding, bro. He was doing kick flips and flip dips and all the nonsense, and I was struggling to like slow down on the skate. I suck at braking on skates. Actually, it could be a skate, it could be a skateboard, it could just be skates. Every time I tried to brake with skates, I would almost fall. I have no clue how to use those front rubber things. I just run into a wall if I want to stop. No clue how to use the front rubber things. When I would try to skateboard, I just like moving side to side, like how you can just guide it, because I couldn't hit no tricks, and I was not about to spend time trying to hit a trick. Wasn't spending the time doing it. Did not feel like it.
place 2 earplugs in your nose. Then fold your tongue back and use your index and middle fingers from each hand to push it down. Then
This was like
press
a
your index
kink.
fingers into the sides of your mouth and
What
fold
is-
your lips over your teeth.
Are you
This
trying to
pushes
suffocate
the air
yourself?
over your tongue and through the small gap between your fingers. Finally, take a deep breath
What
and
i-
then exhale forcefully.
Oh, he shitted it!
Place 2
That's a kink, all right. That's a kink. Yeah, I knew it had to be something kink related. I knew it had to be something kink related. I know someone getting their rocks off. They're like, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Like, bro, go on somewhere else, man. Go on somewhere else. Please.
She was cheating on her husband with her father, and as soon as they walked
Like, do I even want to hear the rest? Yes.
into the room, she recognized the sound of her man's motorcycle. She immediately exclaimed, "Hide quickly, but not inside the closet, that's too obvious." The man was terrified, but managed to
Dad's
jump
bills.
behind the... She was cheating on her husband.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Okay. That was lovely.
Why do Japanese kung fu masters wear such large hats that are pulled down over their foreheads? Many people might think that it's to prevent people from seeing their narrow eyes and tears. However, the real reason is that kung fu masters only accept people with flat heads to wear such hats, because during combat...
Right, now we're learning so much. We're learning so much. I'm so glad I'm being taught by someone who knows such detail in other cultures' history like this man right here. Hey, shout out Zack, man. Shout out Zack for the in-depth details. Holy, bro.
The hat can be used as an ideal defense with the Spinakajitsu. Why do Japanese...
Ninjago? You earn my respect. Ninjago was the last thing I was thinking of. Got Ninjago? Hey, nah, that's lit. That's lit, bro. I don't even remember the characters' names. I just remember it being a part of my childhood.
If you touch something and your atoms line up in a perfect line, there is a
It can
tiny
go
chance
through it.
that you will pass through the object like a ghost. But this is statistically impossible. This is because atoms are surrounded by a layer of energy that repels other atoms like a magnet. This creates a small space that separates you, no matter how hard you press. So you actually never touched anything, and my client didn't touch that. If you touch something and your atoms...
Like I said, like sometimes with Zack, you have to take the first half of the video and then just completely ignore the rest. Completely. Because the first part, you know, is interesting. Is an interesting fact. Like, yes, technically your atoms could go through, you could go through something, but it's pretty much impossible. And then you have that. And then you have the ending. Yeah. Yeah, Zane is better than Cole. Who was bro who was wearing black? Who had the black fit on? I think that was my favorite Ninjago. Was there a black one? That was Cole? Yeah, Cole was the cleanest one. Cole was the cleanest one for sure. Zane was the best? Nah. Bro, now you have YouTube chat just now saying Cole. They're just now saying Cole. The delay is hilarious, bro. The delay is truly hilarious.
This little donut drew a picture of his mom, but she looked like a She was like, good lord.
What is happening?
So the kid was grounded, but she felt guilty for burning ice. This little donut drew a picture.
What did you say? Did you say something? Because I don't know. Yeah, that's we have to read off of that one. We have to. Had no clue what bro was talking about. We have to read off of that one. Let's see. Okay, I'm not seeing anything interesting for the rest of this page. So let's go to page 48. Page 48. Let me find it. This page might not be interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, this page isn't interesting at all. But how's the business, I ask? You checking on your investments? Always. It's my job. Well, we broke ground on Eden's project last week, and it was on schedule. But then it's only been a week. He shrugs beneath his somewhat casual exterior. Like, bro, I came here for smuts. Talking about some business talks. Man, pull your pants down. Think I care about what your business got going on, bro? Come on now. How do you name your kid? Donut? I'm gonna name my kid Toot. Just for the win. Just for the win? That's not even what I meant to. I don't even know what I was trying to say. Let's go to the video.
If you shoot samurai armor with a flaming crossbow
It's
bolt,
going right
it would
through that
often
thing.
bounce off the overlapping lamellae. The armor was constructed with layers of iron and leather, giving it great strength and flexibility. But when flintlock pistols arrived, they were upgraded with heavier iron plating that might stop the relatively slow pistol bullets. However, if you shoot Fujimoto Taro Salmon Nigiri Teriyaki with a M26 Pershing...
Sorry, did he just pull a racism on bro's name? Was that whole thing
You shoot Fujimoto Taro Salmon
and he just threw in random characters and then called Zack. Come on, bro. Come on, Zack. Come on, Zack. Come on, man.
Teriyaki with a M26 Pershing.
Come on, Zack.
If you fall and break your teeth, the dentist might shave down the surrounding area and use a special cement to restore them, as they serve as anchor points for the orthodontic wire. This exerts constant pressure that, over time, will straighten your teeth. As a final touch, a state-of-the-art device with a built-in flamethrower will help you stop.
Help you stop what? What was the flamethrower going to help you stop? What is the flame? What's the purpose? Please present me the purpose. I would love to see the thesis on why you need a flamethrower connected to your head.
Start by cutting a wood stick in two and place them on a tree trunk with the flat side facing inward. Then secure them with 4 large rubber bands. Now, spread the wooden sticks apart using your foot to help you, and use a smaller one to lock the trap in place, ready for use.
Oh, what are you trying to trap?
Hang a couple of bananas as bait, making sure not
trap
to
monkeys?
Start by cutting a wood stick, not to trip. Sure, not.
What is this freaked out image? Bro's tongue looked like Venom. We all know what we do to Venom if he came around these parts. We all know what we do to Venom if he came around these parts, that's for sure. Don't bring Venom around me. I'm a sting with something real venomous over here. Let's keep it pushing.
If you go to sleep and suddenly feel like you're falling, there's actually a scientific reason for that weird sensation. This is called not pushing your meat before bed.
So like what about women? Like what do they have to like move the clit around, like take the clit, like move the meat curtains around? I'm just trying to see how, cause both can get the feeling. So how do we navigate it? I feel like I'm asking all the right questions. That's the thing. Like I truly feel like I'm asking all the right questions. I'm not getting no answers though. Maybe it's because I cut him off. I need to let him finish.
Which messes up your body's routine. You see, your body's so used to the daily ritual that when you skip it, your brain straight up punishes you by making you feel like you're getting thrown off a skyscraper to wake your ass up. And as you reach the ground,
the video was crazy enough. Here, let's sprinkle some racism. Here, season it. What is happening? And then he drops a grenade from his buttocks. How wide does his cheek spread for there to be a grenade that can fall out? Once again, I feel like I'm asking all the right questions. You know what? I got a few more videos of me, man. We got a few more, and then we're gonna move on. Then we're gonna move on for sure. Man, Zack is doing his big one, man. Whatever that implies. Whatever that implies. Let's go.
McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers every single day. And since
Oh
each
my
burger patty
goodness.
weighs less than a quarter pound, one cow can produce nearly 3,000 burgers from its meat. That means
Really?
McDonald's uses approximately 2,000 cows every day just to keep up with global demand for their burgers.
Wow,
But if we
that's
take an average
crazy.
U.S. fat
Dang it. I was literally about to try to stop it before the BS started. I was gonna be like, see, look, that could be the video. That could be the educational portion of the video. What is Ronald McDonald about to do, bro? They didn't insert him here for no reason. Is he about to explode?
she can eat the entire lunch order, half of McDonald's tables, 2 chairs, and a clown in just one sitting. So,
They ate Ronald?
to prevent global starvation, you need to use a Tsar nuclear bomb. McDonald's
Well, at least I called the explosion part. It just wasn't from the clown. It wasn't from Mr. Ronald himself.
Would a grenade explode if crushed by a hydraulic press?
I think
you
so,
see,
right?
When you pull the pin on a hand grenade, it releases a safety lever that allows the striker to hit the primer, which ignites a fuse, as
Right.
the fuse burns down and makes it explode. But if you crush it with a hydraulic press, this system won't work because
Oh.
the grenade would just slip. Would a grenade explode if
Okay. So it doesn't work. It won't explode. That's the question. It won't. It won't. I think I got an answer there. I think we got an answer there. But then it was too rapid. But I think we got our answer.
An American soldier hid inside a fake plastic sheep alongside with his M4 machine gun during the war in Afghanistan. He
How
did
did-
this to kill a Taliban leader. And when the day
Holy, I'm getting thrown through the ringer, bro. I'm getting thrown. I feel like I'm in the ring with Mike Tyson, bro. And I don't have my guard up. I'm just Mike, stop, please, Mike. What is going on? What, like, dog, cat, mouse, horse. No horse girls, please, no horse girls. I have shined through the echo of life, and I came together with the people of pride. Thank you. Thank you. Now let's go.
came and the unit approached the area, he prepared to take the shot.
What, bro? Wait.
An American
We can call it there. We can call it there. Yeah. Yeah, Zack, you're interesting. You're an interesting specimen. Yeah. Yeah. I think 50 Shades of Grey was cleaner than anything we were presented. Whoa. Now, my question is, do we want to check out this channel called Her Story? Or do we want to check out this video called Every Gen Z Childhood Trauma Explained in 9 Minutes? Put Gen Z in the chat for that and put Story in the chat for Her Story. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait. Okay. I'm seeing more Gen Z, so we're going to go with Gen Z. But let's throw this down real quick. those were juicy. Too juicy. All right. Every Gen Z childhood trauma. I would just spit everywhere. It was such a juicy orange. Oh. Every Gen Z childhood trauma explained in 9 minutes.
Herobrine.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna let you cook a little bit longer, but yes.
In 2010, while Minecraft was still in its alpha stage, a forum post claimed that
Bro, like, no one cares about Herobrine no more, bro. Like, Minecraft and Herobrine has split apart. Like he's not ingrained in the culture no more, I don't feel. I don't feel like people talk about Herobrine at all. I remember when I was young playing on Minecraft, like 2013. My friend was telling me about Herobrine. We get into a server. You know, I'm minding my own business. I'm trying to mine. Herobrine starts popping up. Just randomly popping up. And I'm screaming at my friend. I'm like, hey, bro, he's right here. Come help me. He's right here. He was like, bro, I'm just not near you. I'm not near you. And then we would meet up. And then he would pop up again. And then it literally took, like, I thought about that situation like a year or two later. Bro was going in creative behind my back and switching his skin. And like, I can't believe he never told me and I fell for that. This whole time, he was just flipping from creative to not. Because I was new to Minecraft. I was playing on Xbox, bro. I didn't know any better. And I know he was just a steady giggling. I bet you he was turning his mic off when he would pop up and laughing at me. Oh, I just got pissed. He over there. Look at him go. Stupid. I'm stupid. I should shoot him. In GTA, because we play GTA a lot. We play GTA. We play GTA a lot. So that's what I'm talking about. I used to money glitch, and he would be like, "Well, how'd you get this car? How'd you get this car? How did you get it?" Anyways.
strange figure had appeared in a single-player world. The character looked like the default model, Steve, but with completely white eyes, and was called Herobrine. The original post was removed, sparking more speculation. Soon, screenshots and YouTube...
and then you would have, look...
The original post was removed, sparking more
Then you would have all this shadowy area, bro. Yo, pre-Hunger Bar. Some of y'all may never even play Minecraft pre-Hunger Bar. Y'all might not even have heard of Minecraft pre-Hunger Bar. Y'all just were told, like, oh, Minecraft didn't have a hunger bar at one point? Like...
Soon, screenshots and YouTube videos began circulating, showing a distant figure standing in the fog, strange things happening in the game, and messages left by someone watching the players.
Sorry for bracking your window. I just like, bro... Yo, I used to watch this roleplay Herobrine series, bro. I don't remember the name of it. They were so locked in, though. They had like a first season that was so locked in. Then they went to season 2, and then they started leaving bits of like parts they were supposed to cut out. So they were like, okay, so you need to pop up as his Herobrine right here, right? And I'm sitting here like, bro, you killed the immersion. I literally can't watch these videos the same no more. You killed the immersion. How did you forget to cut this out? How?
Some people demonstrated a method to summon Herobrine using specific blocks,
right,
calling it the Herobrine
totem.
Many people tried to make the totem, saying it didn't work. Players also claimed Herobrine created unnatural structures such as ocean pyramids, leafless trees, and long tunnels carved through mountains. As the story spread through 2010 and 2011, the legend expanded. Rumors claimed that Herobrine was actually the ghost of the deceased brother of Minecraft's creator, Notch, and haunted players' worlds. There was no evidence to support this theory, but it spread rapidly among the players who encountered the story online. Notch addressed the rumors directly on his Twitter account, stating that he had no brother and that Herobrine was never part of the game's code. Yet the legend continued to grow. Herobrine appeared in the Minecon
But you can't even have this in games no more because people will be so quick to make a video. So here I am to debunk this. Yeah, this is completely fake. It's like you can't even have like little, for the lack of a better term off the top of my head, urban legends like this no more, man. Because people are so quick to just, oh no, this is actually fake. Like, bro.
11 promotional banner, placed among other game characters, and official patch notes repeatedly included the line, "Removed Herobrine." Although intended as a joke, these references were widely interpreted by players as confirmation that the figure had once existed in the game. Combined with forum discussions, screenshots, and fan videos, these moments kept Herobrine at the center of online conversations. Happy Tree Friends.
I never experienced Happy Tree Friends. I know people are like, oh, bro, you should watch Happy Tree Friends, so on and so forth. But it was never an experience. And then I watched it like one time. And I'm like, I can see how this could scar 6-year-olds, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, just randomly out of nowhere, they get hit with this fire, which is a whole bunch of blood and people dying out of nowhere. Like, I could see it. But now it's not scaring the average 6-year-old right now no more because now the average 6-year-old is watching Skibidi Toilet. And, you know, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. And that's what the 6-year-olds are used to now. Like bro, because Skibidi Toilet be gory, scary, terrifying. I'm traumatized, bro. Sometimes at night I go to my toilet and I see a head pop out. And I'm like, bro, get out of my toilet. And then I still proceed to pee, get all over its face. Let's continue the video.
1999, a web animation called Happy Tree Friends appeared online. At first glance, it looked like a harmless children's cartoon. The characters were colorful forest animals and the animation style was bright and simple.
Right.
However, the series quickly became known for doing the opposite of what its visual style suggested. Each episode followed a similar structure. It began with ordinary, cheerful situations like
Robot
friends
Chicken.
spending time together, simple daily
Robot Chicken had to make their art style a little wonky though.
activities, playful interactions. Then a small mistake or accident triggered an exaggerated chain reaction.
Yeah.
The result was extreme, over-the-top cartoon violence. The contrast between the cute character design and the sudden graphic outcomes became the defining feature of the show. Because of this sharp contrast, many first-time viewers were caught off guard. Some people who discovered the series at a young age later described feeling disturbed or uncomfortable, especially if they expected a typical children's cartoon.
Maybe I should binge Happy Tree Friends. We should do a Happy Tree Friends binge? Who knows?
Unexpected shift between innocence and chaos created a strong reaction. And for some viewers, those first impressions stayed memorable for years.
Yeah.
The episodes were short and fast-paced, which made them easy to share during the early days of internet video platforms. Viewers knew something would go wrong, but they didn't know how it would happen. That unpredictability kept people watching. The formula rarely changed, yet the shock value and timing gave each episode its impact. Lavender Town.
Now I know most of y'all are getting no feeling from this, but that music alone, the vibe the music gives alone is just
Lavender Town is one of the best-known places in Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, released in 1996. In the game, it is a small town centered around the Pokemon Tower, a place where Pokemon are laid to rest. Compared to the bright and cheerful tone of most areas in the game, Lavender Town feels noticeably different. The environment is quieter, the theme is darker, and the background music is slower and more haunting than the rest of the soundtrack. Over time, this difference led to the creation of a popular internet legend often called the Lavender Town Syndrome. According to the story, the original Japanese version of the game supposedly contained a version of the Lavender Town music that caused headaches, anxiety, or other unusual reactions.
If that was true, bro, that means they were really cooking in the stew when they made that. They really said, hey, we need to make a soundtrack that just causes people causing a nauseating feeling. I want people to throw up when they hear this soundtrack. Hold up, that's lit.
Children who played it. Some versions of the legend even claimed the sound used extremely high-frequency tones that were difficult for adults to hear, but uncomfortable for younger players. The story spread quickly across forums, creepypasta websites, and video platforms in the late 2000s and early 2010s.
You're not gonna play the soundtrack?
As the story gained attention, new details were added, including claims about altered game files, mysterious patches, and removed sound frequencies. These additions made the legend feel more complex and believable.
Most people who are into Pokemon know about Lavender Town just based off of knowing Pokemon. But there's one thing to know about something like Herobrine, like knowing Herobrine and then experiencing what was going on when it was happening, right? Or experiencing Lavender Town for the first time. It's hard to experience things for the first time without outside interference nowadays. Most of the time when you play something, you have some form of outside interference, so you don't get that feeling that some games want to give you because you already have some form of reference of what it's going to be. But when you hop on that Lavender Town the first time and you get to your spot and you just sitting here just like, ding, 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 like...
Even though the original claims were never supported by evidence, in reality, there is no confirmed record that the music in Lavender Town caused the effects described in the legend. The soundtrack of the original games was composed by Junichi Masuda, and there is no documentation suggesting that the music contained harmful frequencies. Little Babies...
Hold on. Before we get to Little Babies, let's Lavender Town. Okay. And it's like, you have to also remember the image of what's going on when you're playing the game, right? And the image is you're just playing Pokemon. Like, this is a lighthearted kids game. You go now. It's supposed to be a lighthearted kid game. You go into a town, and this town has basically a sanctuary of dead Pokemon, which in the show you don't even perceive, or when you play the game, you don't even perceive Pokemon dying, right? And you're like 8. You're 8, and then they just start playing. And then it's like a mood shift. It's kind of like if you're playing a cozy game. And then they switch on some horror, right? The only thing is, what makes it a little creepier is that nothing horror ever happens, but you feel like something is about to happen. Man, yo, bro did a big one when he made that soundtrack. Bro did a big one. But anyways, let's get back to okay, we can't play too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get copyrighted, bro. Okay, I truly don't want to get hit with that copyright of fa. You know. Okay, we're done.
Documentation suggesting that the music contained harmful frequencies. Little Babies Ice Cream. In the early
I never
2000s,
watched this like
a disturbing video suddenly
on the
caught
TV,
the internet's attention.
on like a show
the
or like a
footage showed
TV or
in the
whatever.
early 2000s, a disturbing video suddenly caught the internet's attention. The footage showed a person covered in ice cream,
I've only seen
calmly
it
eating
after
scoops
being
from their
grown.
own head, while
But
a voiceover said lines like, "I eat little babies' ice cream."
I know this would scar me if I saw it, bro.
The tone was unsettling,
I know it would
almost
scar me.
hypnotic. The video didn't clearly explain its purpose or why it existed. Instead, it relied on confusion to capture attention. As discussions around the video increased, it became clear that it was a commercial. The clip was created as part of a marketing campaign for a small Philadelphia-based company called Little Babies Ice Cream. Instead of promoting flavors in a conventional way, the brand chose shock value and surreal imagery to make itself impossible to ignore. The strategy worked. Some viewers found the ad creative and humorous, while others described it as disturbing. But whether people loved it or hated it, they shared it. The viral attention pushed the brand far beyond its local audience and turned it into an internet talking point. Smile Dog.
What's this? Anybody know what this is? Smile Dog. I've never seen this one before.
Smile Dog is a disturbing image that began circulating online in the early 2000s. The image shows a husky staring directly at the camera with an unnaturally wide human-like grin. According to the creepy
I've seen Pitbull smile like that.
pasta story, anyone who sees the image, often referred to as smile.jpg, begins experiencing insomnia, paranoia, and vivid nightmares.
Then why would you show me? By the way, anyone who sees this water bottle is going to start profusely throwing up in 24 hours, right? There's something about this water bottle that causes people to just have the nausea and to start throwing up, and they end up really dehydrated and they have to go to the hospital. Yeah, it's actually very crazy what this water bottle does to you.
The story claims that victims were eventually compelled to share the image with others, repeating the message spread the word. As the myth grew, edited versions of the image began appearing across horror websites. The narrative evolved with each retelling. In some versions, the image was said to be cursed, while in others, it was described as a digital entity that could not be deleted. A frequently repeated detail involved a person documenting sleepless nights and growing distress after opening the file. The only way to stop the symptoms was to send the image to someone else. In reality, Smile Dog is a fictional creepypasta created as part of early internet horror culture. There is no verified cursed file.
I know that early internet horror culture was crazy, bro. Like being there firsthand, like hearing all the creepypastas and whatnot. I know it went stupid.
Talking Angela.
What? Y'all got traumatized by Angela? How?
In the early 2000s, a rumor about Talking Angela, a character from the popular mobile game series Talking Tom, began spreading across the internet. According to the rumor, if players looked closely at Angela's eyes in the game, they could supposedly see reflections of a person or a room behind the screen.
Oh, brother. If I look closely at my screen, I can see a reflection. Have you ever looked at your phone screen when it's off? Like, what are we talking about?
Posts on social media warn.
You ever watched a movie in your living room and then like it goes black and then you're just staring at yourself?
Warned parents that the app was secretly recording children or that someone was watching through the character's eyes. As this story went viral, screenshots began appearing online that seemed to show shapes or silhouettes. Many people shared these images as proof, even though the pictures were often low quality or heavily zoomed in.
Right. These are literally two kids playing the game right here, and they just took a screenshot of it. Like,
because the app was designed for children and allowed simple chat interactions, the rumor quickly turned into a broader fear about online safety and privacy. The story was widely discussed on platforms such as Facebook and YouTube, and was even mentioned in news reports.
They had Talking Angela on the news? Y'all really had them put Talking Angela on the...
Warning posts encouraged parents to delete the app immediately.
Holy, bro. That's ridiculous. But let me tell you something even more ridiculous. Someone just donated £5 to say, do you agree Sword Art Online is the best anime of all time, dog? All time? Even better than Code Geass, my dog? Don't my dog me after that take. I'm not your dog. We are not like this. No, I don't agree. Your name is Meat Eater is here. What meat are you eating? Whose meat?
In some versions of the rumor, the claims became more extreme, suggesting that strangers could communicate with children through the chat feature or observe them through the device's camera.
I mean, that's a...
However, investigations into the claim found no evidence that the app contained hidden surveillance features.
They're not terrible concerns.
Outfit 7 publicly stated that the rumors were false and that the reflections people believed they saw were simply part of the character's animated eye design. Security researchers and technology journalists reached similar conclusions after examining the app. Slender Man.
Nah, bro. Eye design go crazy. Slender Man, bro. The thing is, horror games get pumped out so much nowadays that things don't get as iconic as Slender Man anymore. What's the most iconic horror game mascot right now? FNAF. The thing is, FNAF has been around since 2013, bro. Like if we talk about icons at this moment, the closest thing is what? Poppy Playtime? And people getting tired of Poppy. Yo, what's the next? Yo, is that the big three? FNAF, Slenderman, and Poppy Playtime being a big three is a hilarious take, bro. That's a hilarious take.
Slender Man is often described as a tall, unnaturally thin figure wearing a black suit and a completely blank face. He typically appears in forests or empty areas, standing at a distance, partially
Yeah,
hidden.
you couldn't catch me catching a Slenderman game. I'm not gonna lie. Slenderman had me shook, bro. Being in the forest in the dark, being chased. Yeah,
in the background of photos. Eventually, consistent traits were attached to him: memory loss, missing children, electronic interference, and the persistent feeling of being watched. The legend began spreading in 2009 when images and short captions introduced the character online. As the
Yo, making short horror films must have been so lit in the early 2000s because people were really falling for anything. Like, all you had to do was have a little bit of camera knowledge and editing knowledge, and you really could start your own creepypasta, your own form of fiction that people would believe in, dog.
story circulated across forums and early social media platforms, more users contributed additional sightings, images, and descriptions. Over time, the repetition of the same details across different posts made the story feel increasingly real to some audiences. In reality, Slender Man was created during a Photoshop contest on Something Awful. A user named Eric Knudsen, known as Victor Surge, digitally inserted the faceless figure into black and white photographs and added short captions about missing children.
All it took was a little bit of Photoshop.
Everything associated with Slender Man developed after that initial post through
Yo, like, he really Photoshopped bro back here. That's what I'm saying. Like, you really could trick the whole internet with if you had a little bit of Photoshopping skill back in the day, man. Yo, the trolling back in the day was different. Because it actually affected, like, that trolling actually did some damage to people, bro. That trolling made nightmares. You know, you can't troll like this no more. Things get disproven like that.
Collaborative online storytelling.
Yo, hey, some of those were traumatizing. For me personally, For me personally, the thing that probably affected me the most would be Herobrine to Lavender Town to Slenderman. Those are really the only three things that I really experienced when I was growing up. Like, talking Angela, bro. Like, what I look like talking to Angela. I played real games on my phone. I was playing Balloon Tower Defense. Real games. I was playing Dokkan Battle. Real games. I wasn't about to talk to no cats. What do I get from talking? Anyways, I feel like if I experienced little babies as a kid, that would have got me though. Like, this feels like it had the highest potential of getting me. For sure, this could have the highest potential of getting me. Regardless, amazing video, finest explainer. All right, now it's time to go to her story. Balloons Tower Defense 6th stream win. Yo, my favorite Balloon Tower Defense was 5. 5 has my heart. Like, all of them are cool. What was that Balloon Tower Defense game where it's like you're building a village? What was that game? Like, you're proactively building a village. I don't recall. Thank you for the $1, Kimberly. Bro, Angry Birds? I don't care about Angry Birds, bro. Why would I care about Angry Birds? I want to play Danganronpa 2x2 when it comes out, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It was Baboon Tower Defense? Was it actually? I do want to play the Danganronpa when it comes out, but apparently it's supposedly coming out the 30th of November. No clue how true that is. Someone's saying Clash of Clans. Now, y'all heard me say Balloons Tower Defense, and somehow y'all brought up Clash of Clans. How'd that work? Plants vs. Zombies. Bro, I like Plants vs. Zombies. Garden Warfare. I was on Garden Warfare heavy. I was Garden Warfare 1 though. I wasn't on 2. I was on Garden Warfare 1 heavy. Temple Run was cool. But once you unlocked everything, it's just like, I know some people who are on Subway Surfers day in and day out. I have no clue how they did that. Subway surfing got so boring to me. But people were on Jetpack Joyride was lit though. Like, I think Jetpack Joyride nags Subway Surfers, bro. I don't even think it's real comp. I think Jetpack Joyride really is. I think Jetpack Joyride top 10. I think it's for sure top 10. Happy birthday, Darcel Blango. Hill Climb Racing. Hill Climb Racing was lit, but then for some reason they made a number 2. I don't know why they did that. Hill Climb Racing, Geometry Dash? Nah, I never liked Geometry Dash. Have I seen the LARP tubers trim? Yeah, those have been hilarious. All the LARP tubers, yeah. Maybe I should watch some LARP tubers. But Run was all right. Hungry Sharks. I was on Hungry Sharks heavy too. I wanted the Megalodon. I remember grinding. I was grinding for getting the Megalodon. Is this pre-recorded? Hey, hey, can someone ban Bob? Someone ban Bob from the internet. Someone ban Bob from the internet, bro. Top 3 childhood games. I have to say, I know I have 2 childhood games for sure that are in my top 3. And it's Pokemon Black and White and it's Black Ops 2. I don't know what could take that 3rd spot. I don't know what could take that 3rd spot for real. Someone said Brawl Stars. Oh, brother. Skylanders, nah. Far Cry, nah. Thank you, Rolly, for the 5 saying they're supporting small creators, bro. I'm gonna get big time one day. Top 3 anime. I'll tell you my top 3 one day. Thank you, Big Moose, for the sub. Asphalt 8. Y'all are really Asphalt 8ing. I'm seeing Skyrim. Minecraft. Minecraft wouldn't be in my top, though. Beach Buggy Racing. Bro was playing mid. Bro was playing off-brand racing games. Beach Buggy Racing. You know what? Before I hate, I already hated. How many of y'all played Beach Buggy Racing growing up? How many Beach Buggy Racers do we have in chat? Nah, what is that? WTF is that? Oh yeah, I'm seeing a whole bunch of no's. Yeah, I don't know who. Yo, you might have a niche experience, dog. I know. Okay, I'm seeing more me's. I know all of us played Pixel Gun. We all played Pixel Gun 3D, so there's no real need to even ask about that. Paper IO, nah. Literally nobody. Literally all of us played Pixel Gun growing up. All of us did. Pixel Gun for me was peak in-class gaming. As soon as you got done with your work and the teachers would let you on your school, me and my friends would hop on Pixel Gun. Lit, bro. Pixel Gun, oh, lit. We would do this either zombies mode, we got the PvP. I was going crazy. Little Big Planet is a shout. I have some people asking what's Pixel Gun. It's okay, bro. You don't need to know. Little Big Planet is a shout, bro. I never beat the game. I only had 1 copy of it on my PSP, and I never beat it. All right, let's get into her story. But first, let me take a selfie. I have to pee. That's all I gotta say. I just have to pee. So I'll be right back. Hey. Oh, wait. Spark that. Spark that. Oh, wait. Hold on. Spark that. Wait. Spark that. Okay, chat. I want y'all to guess how many tabs I have on this. That I have open on this whatchamacallit. Like, I'm gonna give y'all a quick preview, and then I want y'all to guess the tabs. Okay, how many I have open. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, how many tabs y'all think that is? How many tabs? Someone said 148, 149, 126. Holy, bro. You're right. Yeah, it's 126. Wait, did I say it already? Wait, did I already say it? Did I already say it? I must have already said it, bro. I must have, yeah, because it's 126. I must have already said it, bro. Nah, I'm not giving that to you, bro. I said that I must have said that for sure already. Nah, man. Yesterday? Okay, I was about to say. I must have said it. No way you get off rip like that. In fact, I'm about to ban you just for playing in my face like that. Who you think you is? Playing with me like that. Holy, bro. Can you have my kid blue and go cheetah in the back? I had to smack you. Doug with the rug. YouTube is delayed. Hey, at some point, some people on YouTube are gonna disband YouTube and go to Twitch because of how delayed it is. They're gonna be like, "Hey, Waka, I didn't see why didn't you respond to my message?" In reality, I responded to it, but it was like 2 minutes later because of the delay. You couldn't even tell I was responding to you for real. That's what's gonna end up happening. Whew. All right, let's lock. Today we're going to be checking out a channel called Her Story, and we're going to see what stories. And we're going to see what stories. And we're going to see what stories she said. I should end stream right there. Honestly. I feel like that's a great ending point. What was I trying to say? Or you could blame chat. You know what it is, y'all fault. I'm getting embarrassment since I'm getting watched by people. That's what it is. I'm stuttering. It's like I'm on stage. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Yeah, it's y'all fault. Woo! Oh, I thought it was my fault for a second. Oh, I almost thought it was my fault. Goodness, that would have sucked. Okay. Let me try again. Today we're checking out a YouTube channel called Her Story, and we're going to be seeing what stories she has to tell us. I don't know who she is, though. Welcome to my ear-licking ASMR stream. Oh, yeah. Like that, like that. I'm trying to be in your left ear right now. This first video is titled "She Looks Tasty." I'm concerned.
This boy was trolling on the dark web when her sister noticed he
Whoa.
slammed his laptop shut. He was shivering,
Uh-oh.
and she knew something was wrong. Scared, he immediately ran to the living room. She yelled, "What
Trolling
happened?"
gone
But he
wrong.
wouldn't say anything. He started freaking out, closing all of their blinds, locking the front door, and she begged him to tell
Nah, bro. Imagine really having to live with life on the edge because your little brother wanted to be an idiot online. So now you're in fear for your life. Like, man, just feed him to the
her
wolves.
what was going on. He was freaking out, and that's when she opened his laptop. She couldn't believe it. Someone sent him a picture of their front door. They sent
Holy-
another picture, and when she clicked on
Of her?
it was a picture of her through
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you taking pictures of me? He did it. He did. Get him. Why me?
their window that said, "She looks tasty."
I'm being preyed on because, ooh, bro, I promise you, you're getting chucked out the front door. I'm locking the door. He can just have you. He, she, they can have you, bro. Come on now.
She couldn't breathe. She was about to run and grab their dad, but her brother grabbed her arm, saying, "No, he'll kill me if he knew I was on there." Neither of them
Either
slept that
he's gonna
night.
kill you, I'm gonna kill you, or they's gonna kill you. You're dying regardless. Like, come on now.
Until someone rang the doorbell the next morning. A guy with a badge told their dad they saw some suspicious activity coming from their network, but he told him he didn't know anything about it. He told them to stay safe. But the next day in class, her principal burst through their door. She told her she had to come with her that second and that the police were there, and she followed her to the office thinking it had to be her brother. But
Talk
the
to me.
second she walked in, she saw the same guy from yesterday holding his badge. He smiled when he saw her and told her there was an emergency at
Hello? Wait, hold up. What? Hold on. I don't. This officer kind of creeping me out. Tell True God to start streaming again? I didn't know he stopped. You know what? What are you? Monkey D Shadow Shot. All right, I'm gonna send him a voice message right now. Hold on. Hey bro, I'm streaming and someone in chat called Monkey D Shadow Shot is asking you to stream again. You know, so I think you need to lock in because Monkey D said he's gonna throw some big money your way. He said he's gonna throw like 2 bands your way. Look, if he doesn't throw that 2 bands, me and you can go jump him. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna be throwing that money your way. So you should definitely hop on. You should definitely you know what I'm saying, spark up. All right, I got you, bro. I got you. Collab with Yo-Yo again? Me, Yo-Yo, and Simba should be doing something the 9th. So, yeah, me, Yo-Yo, and Simba should be doing something the 9th.
her house. He grabbed her arm and tried to pull her out, but she resisted. "No, tell me what happened. Is my brother okay?" But he didn't say anything. "Come with us." She didn't want to, but her principal nodded and said, "They're police officers, honey. Go with them." They took her
That
outside,
lady
but
was
she
in the
noticed their
chair,
car
mind
didn't
you.
have any police stickers on it. She thought these guys must just be undercover, but when they put her
The principal just sold the student.
in the back, she immediately noticed there weren't any door handles either. There was no way she could get out. Where are we going? But they laughed. She was sweating now. Please, I just want to see my brother. But they didn't say anything until they saw flashing lights behind them. Both of the guys immediately got nervous. And when she realized it was the police, she knew this was her chance. The cop was walking up to the car and she was about to scream for help. But just before she did, she felt something sharp in her stomach. She looked down and saw the man holding a knife against her. The cop walked up and looked
That knife was in her, but okay.
Inside the car, and when he saw her crying, he looked suspicious. She tried anything she could to signal for help, but the man said, "That's just my niece. She's upset because we didn't get McDonald's." She couldn't say anything. The knife was already cutting her skin, and the cop just told them to have a good day.
Oh.
She was crying, but they drove off. She accepted her life was over. She wasn't ever gonna see her family again until they started arguing. He saw our faces, man. If we kill her, they're gonna know it was us. So in that moment, they opened the door and threw her out.
Like, look. They were cooked regardless. The school saw their face. When that family reports a missing student, they're going to be like, who was the student last with? And then they're going to pull up on the cameras that it was that officer. Y'all were goners off rip. That was a terrible plan.
And she had to run back with her hands tied. This boy was
Yo, I'm beating my little brother up. He not catching a break. Every time I see him, I have to hit him with the 1-2. Holy. Play chapter 2 of the yellow Roblox game. Me and Yo-Yo will get to that one day. This year, maybe next year.
I was walking alone at night when a police officer started walking beside me and grabbed my arm.
Why is there so many police officer stories?
Don't react and keep walking. Someone's following you. I subtly turned around and saw a man in a dark hood 30 feet behind me, matching
Bro, this could be just a plot, bro. They both could be on the same team.
I stopped for a second, and he instantly leaned against the wall, trying to seem discreet. The officer told me to stay calm and walk with him. He guided me.
If we're being followed, you press him. I don't need you to walk me. Press him. What are you scared for? Right. Like I said, they in cahoots, bro. They in cahoots, bro. For sure.
Forward, gripping my arm so tight I couldn't pull away even if I wanted to. I kept glancing back, and the man was now closer. That's when he walked through a streetlight, and the light shined down on something metallic sticking from his pocket. My whole body went cold. I pressed closer to the officer and told him what I saw. He nodded and said, "Don't worry, we'll get you home. You're safe with me." But then he started steering us away from the lit-up main road and onto a darker sidewalk.
Yeah, it's raps. I don't know how you get out of this one, to be honest. I honestly think you're cooked. I don't know how you get out of this one.
Almost like he was leading me somewhere specific. That, plus his grip on my arm, made me feel uneasy. But when I turned around, the man was now walking straight at me, holding the metallic object, and no longer trying to be discreet. I knew I had no choice but to trust the officer. I told him the man was closer, and he looked around, pointing to an alleyway nearby. "This cuts through to the other side of the street. You can call a cab from there." He gripped my arm even tighter and pulled me. I was about to just...
We could have been standing in the same spot. I could have called a cab the last block and you just watch him. We could have just did that. What am I walking for? Oh, this bruh.
Go with it. But then I saw a taxi sitting 50 feet in front of me with its light on. I told the officer I'll just take this one, but his grip tightened. The man is still too close and the alleyway is safer. He tried pulling me again, but I yanked my arm free and sprinted toward the cab. He reached for me again, but I was too far away. I got in and locked the door, shaking and unsure what to even think. Then 3 weeks later, I was watching the morning news, and my coffee slipped out of my hand.
No, she stained her carpet with coffee, bro. That was the true horror story. It's so hard to get coffee stains out. No. Oh my gosh, bruh. Oh.
2 men were arrested for the murder of a woman, the officer who grabbed my arm and the man in the hood. They worked together. The man followed her at night, and the officer lured her into an alleyway under the guise of safety.
Yeah, like, I was about to say, bro, if you don't just, why y'all not just pressing, man? You're a police officer, bro. Get your balls. Get your balls, put them in your hand, and then smack that man with it. Leave an imprint, a permanent ball stench imprint. What are you talking about? Golly, bro. I'm talking to you, Tyrese. I don't think you can just hide over there.
My daughter came home holding candy, and
Oh,
I
nice.
instantly asked, "Where'd you get that?" She just smiled. An old man was at the bus stop today. He
Huh? What? What? Can everybody in chat say happy birthday, Daniel? It is Daniel's birthday. Everybody in chat say happy birthday. Happy birthday, Daniel. All right.
gave it to us. Alarm bells started going off in my head. The next morning, I walked with her to the bus station. The man was standing there holding a bowl of candy. He just started handing them out, and I knew something had to be wrong. I grabbed my daughter's arm. "Wait, don't eat that." I took
Something has to be wrong if an old man is being nice.
it from her and checked it for anything bad. The man just smiled at me, but when Sadie's mom saw him, she panicked. "What are you giving my daughter? Stay away from her, you creep." He looked upset and just walked away without looking back.
Hey, bro, you gotta know, bro, you are a grown man. You can't be, interacting with other people's kids. You are a grown man. It is what it is, bro. It's gonna be a bad look regardless.
I was confused, but when he showed up the next day, Sadie's mom lost it. She started calling him a stalker and called the police. He tried to tell her
Him pulling up to the bus stop every day is crazy, though. Like, it makes more sense if he pulls up to a school, not a bus stop. A bus stop is like, oh, you scouting who's coming on and off the bus.
wanted to keep them safe,
That is
but she knew
insane.
something had to be wrong. The police came and put him in handcuffs, but he kept saying he was keeping them safe. I thought it was weird, but when I was watching the
It is
news that
weird.
night, I
Well, what, he has kids in his basement?
couldn't believe it. Apparently he had a heart attack later that day, but they were saying he was a hero. Apparently his daughter was waiting for the bus playing too close to the road and got hit by a car. So the old man would go to bus stops and hand out her favorite candy to keep other kids away from the road. All he wanted to do was make sure none of us had to go through the same pain he
Wow. Nah, if we were to compare his and her story right now, I'm liking her story more right now, bro. Yo, that's insane, bruh. Nah, they cooking with these stories though. I like it.
We were sitting in the living room watching Shark Tank when my daughter looked at me and said, Mommy, I'm gonna be the youngest CEO in the whole neighborhood." The next
Right.
weekend, she set up a lemonade stand, but instead of mixing regular country time lemonade like every other kid,
Hold up, she made lemonade. Am I seeing honey and watermelon? What concoction is she making?
she came up with a bright idea. She spent the morning in our kitchen, mixing what she called gourmet flavors, watermelon mint, strawberry basil, and something she called lavender honey that actually tasted incredible.
She just doing things, but that's what kids should be doing, bruh.
She printed labels from our home printer
That's what
and
kids
charged
should be
50 cents
doing,
more
just-
per cup than every other kid on the block. Our neighbor, Mrs. Haggerty, was having a
Just
yard sale
doing
that
things.
weekend. Mia knocked on her door and offered her 10% of her profits to set up in front of
Wait, her name's what?
Mia knocked on her door and offered her kid on the block. Our neighbor, Mrs. Haggerty, was having a yard sale that
Haggerty.
weekend.
Ugh,
Mia
that's a
knocked on her door
nasty
and offered her
name.
10% of her profits to set up in front of her driveway for the foot traffic.
You're telling me she pulled up to the house and said, Miss Haggerty. Well, I'm gonna try to sound more like her. Miss Haggerty, can I set up a lemonade stand in your front yard? I'll give you 10% of my profits. That's what she said? Like, can I lease your land for 10% of my profits? She didn't say that. No way she did. Bro, that's cap. Ain't no way. Shut up and play the video. I'm gonna wait. Shut up and play the vid. Now we're all gonna wait together. Checking out Philly on Mars Instagram story. You know what I'm saying? Just vibing. Just vibing. Let me see what they saying on his story. Okay, wait. Okay. I'm on Philly's story. If y'all don't know who Philly on Mars is, that doesn't even matter. That's not the point, bro. He's going through his viewers like sending him messages, his message requests on Instagram. That's what they say.
Keep posting this bullshit on your story, bro, that you fucking met like all these creators, bro. Nobody fucking cares, nigga. Yo, I just graduated and I'm unemployed, nigga. I got nothing else to do, nigga. Start up the fucking stream, nigga, you bum ass bitch, bro.
That is hilarious. Wow, so funny. Hey, YXL or Inferno, bro, you are a Sala fan, bro. He is not funny. Hold up. Let me confirm that with him real quick, actually. Yo, Saul, I'm streaming right now. I have a question.
What's up?
Are you funny?
No.
See, I told y'all he wasn't. Sorry, thank you. I just need that confirmation, bro. I appreciate that.
Nah, no problem.
Oh my goodness, like go ahead, glaze me. Come on, glaze. Oh my goodness, Walker, you're so smart. Oh my goodness, y'all, you're so intelligent. Oh my goodness, Walker. Oh my gosh. How could you call that? Like, bruh, come on now. That did not sound like Sala. Okay, so y'all know what Sala sound like after his morning, his fresh out the bed sound. That's not, cause y'all never heard Sala when he coming fresh out the sheets like I have. That's all that is. Y'all never heard Sala fresh out the sheets. That's it. That's all that is to it. You're so smart. Oh my goodness. See, that's what I'm saying. Doing anything but playing the video. Oh, bro. Yo. Me, Sala, hot tub stream coming next month. Yeah. I'm gonna be where Sala is next month. We're doing a hot tub stream. Yep. So when he streams today, since he's streaming every single day, I want y'all to go into his chat and say, hey, Walker say y'all doing a hot tub stream. I need y'all to let him know. This was my first donation. Somehow it paid and it's not my money. Whose money is it then? Whose money is it? Whose money are you spending? Just so we don't give a dang. Wait, so just so like, you know, y'all don't have to interrupt y'all. He's probably gonna be streaming later on today. So, you know, just make sure y'all turn on that Twitch notification. When that thing go live, be like, hey, you're doing a hot tub stream with Walker. You know what I mean? Just make sure he knows. He just needs to be filled in. He just needs to be filled in. I don't care. Stop the yapping. I got some meat in my teeth. Hold on, let me go get a toothpick. Mm. 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 Okay, I got that. Let's go. Let's continue the video that y'all been stalling on.
She was out there at 7 in the morning with a painted sign and little sample cups for people to try before they bought. She sold out by noon. Saturday afternoon, she recruited 2 neighborhood kids and gave them matching visors. She trained them on how to greet customers and how to make change. By Sunday morning, she was running a 3-person operation from our front yard. That's when the
She was running a 3-man? Really? She was running the bit. The mom didn't help at all? The mom didn't help at all. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. All right. All right. Oh, let me clarify, because some of y'all are gonna be some of y'all are probably not even gonna y'all are not gonna be locked. So let me look you in your eyes when I say that. In fact, I'm gonna take the headphones off and I'm gonna take my hat off. I'm gonna take my hat off when I say this, so you know I'm being serious. Sala is hilarious. Okay, I do not actually think he's not funny. Some of y'all are gonna be like, oh my goodness, Walker doesn't think he's funny. That was a joke. All right. Need you to calm down. Relax. Put the nipples up. Okay? It was a joke. He's hilarious. All right, let's get back to it. Oh.
man in the BMW pulled up. He looked at the stand and said he only had Apple Pay. Mia reached under the table.
Went to the man. I understand. Hey. Got any grapes? My fault.
And pulled out her dad's portable card reader. She held it up to him and said, "No problem, sir. You can swipe, tap, or contactless. No excuses." His mouth dropped open while a 9-year-old processed his credit card for $3 worth of lemonade. An hour later, a kid 3 houses down set up his own stand.
$3 worth of lemonade, bro. That lemonade better taste heavenly.
Mia walked over with her biggest smile and said, "Hey, Noah, want to merge? We'd cover way more customers together."
She did not say that. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say, "Do you want to merge? We'll coverage a much larger area." Like, no, she didn't.
Intimidated by her professional setup, he agreed immediately. Within an hour, she'd absorbed his whole operation and put him in charge of what she called their satellite location.
Right.
By the end of the weekend, she counted everything out on the kitchen table, $217. She looked at her dad and said, "I just made more money than your Starbucks habit costs you in a week." Then she pulled out a notebook and started flipping through pages of profit margins and expense tracking for every flavor.
She was keeping profit margins and expense tracking at the age of 9. She was doing her books at the age of 9. Yeah, okay, bro. All right.
I asked her where she learned about profit margins. She looked at me like it was the most obvious thing in the world. YouTube, Mom. There's tutorials for everything.
What 9-year-old decides, like, hey, let me use my free time on looking up profit margins? If you don't put a doll in that girl's hands, if you don't get her a trampoline or something, she has all her life to think about profit margins, bro. She don't need to do it at 9. Holy.
I was pushing my baby on the swings when an old woman walked up to us and said, "Such a beautiful baby. May I see his shoulder?" I immediately pulled my son off.
What? What type of request is never in my life have I heard. Can I please? I just want to take a peek at your baby's shoulder. Please. Let me just take. Can I please look at your baby's shoulder?
The swing and backed away. As we left, I heard her whisper, "The birthmark. I need to see if he has the birthmark." 2 weeks later, she was parked in front of our building, hunched over her steering wheel crying. When she saw me notice her, she drove away quickly. I held my baby extra tight that night and decided to take him to a smaller park 6 blocks away, just to be safe. But she showed up there too. This time.
What do you mean you showed up again? No way you put a tracker on my car. Leave me alone. Which?
with a teddy bear. The tag was still on it, but it looked old, like it had been saved for decades. I grabbed my son out of the swing and yelled, "Leave us alone!" But she latched onto my shoulder and said,
I thought she was about to hit a move. I thought she was hitting one of these and was gonna kick her. What?
"Please, I just need to know about the birthmark. Does he have a star-shaped mark on his left shoulder?" I yanked her hand off and threatened to call the police.
Yuck.
She backed off but followed us home at a distance, repeating,
Yuck.
"My son had the same mark. Please just tell me." The next time she was at the park, a woman was with her saying, "Mom, you have to stop this. It's been 40 years. James is gone." The older woman broke down completely. "He's not gone. If I could just see the birthmark, I'd know."
It's been 40 years. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, nah, she going through. That's crazy morning. Anyways, like take her to like a therapist or something.
That's when I'd had enough. I marched over with my baby in my arms, but froze when I saw her holding an old picture of a baby that somehow looked exactly like mine.
Why he looking at me like that? Got her. Reborn. Why you?
"What's going on? Who is that?" I freaked out. The old woman said, "This is my son James. My ex-husband kidnapped him when he was a baby." Then she pointed at my son's shoulder. James had a perfect star right there. "Tell me, does your son have it too?" She looked so desperate and broken that I finally answered her. I pulled my son's sleeve back to show her the star-shaped birthmark on his left shoulder. The old woman's legs gave out. Her daughter caught her as she sobbed uncontrollably. "My husband has the same birthmark," I said, "and he's adopted." The old woman looked at me and whispered, "What's your husband's name?" "James." I was
Oh, no, they got me with that one. That's okay. I didn't know birthmarks were hereditary. I didn't know that was a thing, but that, okay, I thought bro was blicked. No, she found her son. Oh. Okay, that was kind of hard. You were losing me a little bit. I didn't know what y'all were going for.
My daughter asked me, "Mom, can I dye my hair blonde?" I knocked my chair back so hard it hit the wall. "What did you just say to me?" Juliet flinched. "I just asked if I could dye my—" "No, stop. Something is wrong with you. You told your aunt she looked like a burnt corn husk for going blonde. You told a girl her hair looked like it was dipped in piss. And now you want to be blonde?"
Yo, eyebrows are super thick.
She started crying. "Why are you screaming at me? It's literally just a color." I should have felt guilty, but I knew something was seriously wrong with my daughter. The next morning, Juliet walked into the kitchen asking me to make her scrambled eggs. I spat out my water because Juliet has gagged at eggs her entire life. I made them anyway because I needed to watch her eat.
There's been multiple times where I asked my mom to make something that I didn't like just to make sure I didn't like it or to remember why I didn't like it.
Them. She ate every single bite. "Thanks, Mom. These were really good." I called my best friend for help. She said I was spiraling. My mom told me to stop smothering Juliet. Her father just said, "Relax." Nobody was listening to me, but I wasn't wrong. Because before she went to bed, she said, "Good night, Petra." She saw my horrified face.
What, do you think your baby was replaced by a skinwalker? Like, what do you think is going on?
Her head. "Sorry, Mom. I meant Mom." Juliet.
She smacked her face and said, "Mom." What is happening?
Had never called me Mom before. That weekend we went to the mall because I needed to do something normal with her. But then she stopped in front of a mirror and said, "I really think I'd look good blonde." I grabbed her by the shoulders and turned her around to face me. "Why do you keep saying that? You have hated blonde hair your entire life. What is happening to you?" Juliet shoved me off. "Why can't I just want something different without you completely losing it?" "Because you're not my daughter. Why won't anybody believe me?"
My daughter asked for me to make her eggs and wants to dye her hair. She must have been replaced. She has to be fake. She wanted me to cook her eggs. She has to be fake. Bro, what?
I was crying now. Juliet was backing away from me.
You were
Then a man
crying?
walked over and said he was a psychiatrist and could help. The psychiatrist asked, "Juliet, do you have gaps in your memory?"
What? I watched Juliet not have a shadow or something.
She looked scared. "Sometimes I'm at school and then I'm home and I don't remember the drive." He recorded the session and then played parts of it back for her. She watched in horror. "That's not me. I didn't say that. That was 11 minutes ago, Juliet." He sat back in his chair.
Split personality
Juliet,
disorder?
what I'm about to tell you is going to be hard to hear, but I need you to listen. She was shaking. "You have something called dissociative identity disorder. The blonde hair, the eggs, calling your mother Petra. That wasn't you, Juliet. There is someone else in your mind, and when she comes forward, you don't remember any of it." Juliet looked terrified. Juliet started treatment that same month.
Terrifying.
The alter's name is Eloise.
How do you treat
She likes
that?
scrambled eggs and calls me Petra. Juliet still hates blonde hair. Eloise still asks to dye it. Some mornings I can tell who I'm talking to before she even opens her mouth. My daughter.
Bro. Yo, imagine having one kid, but having to raise two. Oh, Oh, brother.
Keep smiling or you're sleeping outside tonight.
Okay, so what is this? Mother forcing their child to be like a influencer or something? That's kind of aggressive.
My mom said while someone from Child Protective Services knocked on our front
No
door.
way
We'd been
CPS
filming
was
our
on.
morning routine for the 13th time because I kept blinking wrong. My face ached from holding the same smile since 6 a.m. and the ring lights had
time is it
burned fresh
now?
marks up both
Probably
my
like
arms.
6:30.
My mom yanked my sleeve.
You said the ring lights burnt your arm?
Burned fresh marks up. My face ached from holding the same smile since 6 a.m. and the ring lights had burned fresh marks up both my arms.
How did the ring lights burn your arm? What's in the ring lights? The sun? How your arm's burning? Right. Right. Because that makes sense. What is she talking about?
Arms. My mom yanked my sleeves down over the burns before she opened the door. My dad grabbed my school workbook off the counter and shoved it under the couch. The woman at the door held up a badge and introduced herself as
What's in her
Melinda.
school
A viewer sent us
workbook?
screenshots of bruises and burns on your daughter from your recent videos.
Whoa.
My mom walked around behind Melinda where only I could see her face twist into a silent threat.
Mom
I
looks
smiled
so
with all my
mean.
teeth showing. Everything
And mom looked bad.
is amazing here. I love making videos with my parents every single day. Melinda
Okay,
swiped to a
bot
photo on her
response.
tablet and held it up. Then why do you have a black eye covered with makeup in this video from
Because she fell down some stairs. Like, man, you act like you never fell down some stairs before.
last week? I hit a doorknob because I'm clumsy and my mom helped me cover it so viewers wouldn't worry. Melinda looked at me and back at my parents.
Yeah, mom bad.
She's 10. Why isn't she in school right now? My mom cut in fast. She doesn't need school. She makes more money than most adults. Show me her schoolwork. My mom just stared at her. We don't waste time on books when she could be filming. Melinda
Yo, that's hilarious, bro. You can't ask her what 5 times 5 is, but you know what I'm saying? She got 100K to her name though. She bred it up.
stood up straighter. I need to speak with your daughter alone. My dad stepped forward, but Melinda held up her badge. Refuse and I call the police. Your choice. They went into the kitchen, but left the door cracked open. Melinda put a piece of paper in my hands. Read this out loud for me. I stared at the page for a long time and just held it up and smiled. I love reading. She put a pen in my hand. Write your name for me. My
She
hand
doesn't
hovered
know-
over the
she
paper, but I
doesn't know how
couldn't
to
remember
read.
how to spell it. Everything is perfect, I whispered, and my eyes went to the cracked door. Melinda leaned in close enough that only I could hear. I'm getting them out of this room. She stood up and opened the kitchen door. Leave this house completely, or I call for backup right now. My dad slammed the front door on his way out. She sat back down and looked at me. Where do you sleep? My jaw ached from smiling all day, and my eyes burned. In the basement.
Yo,
I
this
is her
is
downstairs
sad.
to a concrete floor.
It's like, so what I'm laughing at is not the fact that like this is happening. I'm laughing at the fact that like it's the animation style, the art style. Like her teeth look crazy, dog.
With 2 thin blankets and no pillow. Melinda photographed everything and rolled my sleeves up and looked at the burns running up both arms. How did these happen? The lights get really hot during filming. She went straight to my parents and
Like,
pulled out her phone.
what do
Your
you
daughter
mean
can't
the
read.
lights
She
get
can't write her
hot?
name. She's covered in burns and she sleeps on concrete. I am removing her from your care right now. My dad gripped the door frame. This kid is our property and we own
I thought dad was about to throw a mean right hook.
everything she makes. Melinda held the phone closer to his face. 2 officers showed up 20 minutes later and my
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Is there a kid we're snatching from this house? Aw, man. Hey, we wanted you to be better parents. Y'all weren't. We're gonna have to take your kid. Have a great day. Like, why are he looking like that?
aunt was right behind them. She knelt down in front of me and wrapped both arms around my shoulders. You
They
never
pulled
have
up
to
in
smile for a
20
camera
minutes?
again. Keep smiling or you're sleeping out.
Dang, she never has to smile for a camera again, which is good, but she gonna be broke. No. What about that paper though, bro? Like she won't be paper chasing no more. Ooh. We're gonna probably watch like 2 or 3 more, and then we're gonna hop on that game.
During my flight, a man came up to the girl I saved and tried to grab her headphones. He
On my flight, this man came up to the girl I saved and grabbed her head. What is that?
said, "Don't you know it's rude to wear headphones indoors?" I said, "Please leave her
What are
alone."
you? They just made something up.
Relax, sweetheart. I'm just teaching her some manners. He smiled like that made it
What?
okay. Amara was gripping the armrest so tight her knuckles had gone.
Her arm. What the heck is going on with? Yo, what is she, double jointed? What is this alien hand grip?
She doesn't want to talk. Please respect that. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being
Mind you, I think there's a military officer to the left that has headphones
neighborly.
on.
He reached across me again and poked the girl. Hey, I'm talking to you. Take the headphones out. I stopped him. Those aren't
What is
headphones.
bro
They're
doing?
noise-canceling earpieces. She needs them. For what? The plane's not that loud. I shook my head. I didn't want to explain
Why
Amara's
is he
file to a
so
stranger on
nosy?
a plane. The refugee camp where she'd spent 7 years. The militia attack that killed her parents in front of her. The 36 hours she spent under her mother's body. Not moving.
I feel like there was a better way to get this story off. Someone bothering you because of headphones on a plane quite literally makes no
barely
sense.
breathing. Sir, I need you to stop talking to her. Or what? He laughed. I paid for my seat same as you. I can talk to whoever I want.
Oh,
Mara was
brother.
walking in. Small movements. The way she did when things got too loud, too close, too much. He waved down a flight attendant. Excuse me. This woman is being extremely rude. I've been trying to have a simple conversation and she keeps shutting me down. The flight attendant walked over. If she's making other passengers uncomfortable, then she should really take the headphones off.
That don't make any. Ooh. I'm telling old girl, hey, take that grenade you have in your back pocket out. Threaten them real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling her, whip that grenade out real quick,
She reached for
bro.
Amara's ear to take it off. Don't touch her. Too late. The earpiece came out, and Amara screamed. Not a startled scream. A primal, broken, terrified scream. The kind that comes from somewhere so deep
And now
it doesn't
look,
sound
now
human.
everyone's
She threw herself
annoyed.
against the window and started hitting herself over and over again.
Now
clawing
look
at
at
the
what y'all
plastic,
did.
Hyperventilating, screaming words into Grynia that I couldn't understand, but didn't need to. The whole plane went silent. Amara, it's okay. You're safe. You're safe. She wasn't hearing me. She was somewhere else. 7 years ago, listening to machetes drag across concrete while hiding from people who wanted to hurt her.
Machetes
The man in
drag across
14A had
concrete.
pressed himself against the aisle, face white. I didn't know. You
Oh, this brother's
didn't ask.
annoying,
I was
bro.
trying to hold Amara without restraining her.
Didn't
I had no
ask.
idea how I was going to help her. And that's when an ex-veteran
I knew I saw a guy with headphones on. No one said a word to him. But you bothering the little girl. Are you racist? Or what is it? Because you weren't bothering, bro. Are you racist?
in uniform from 3 rows back stood beside us. He didn't say anything, just stared at us. He pulled off his own noise-canceling headphones and held them out to me. The flight attendant stepped toward him. Sir, you need to return to your... He held up one hand. Didn't look at her. Didn't need to. She stopped mid-sentence.
Oh, okay. So when he comes in and does things, y'all want to listen. But Lord forbid it's the woman trying to say something. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Okay. Right.
I slid his headphones over Amara's ears. Her hands flew up to grip them, hold them in place. Her eyes were still wild, but her mouth closed. The
Mind you, they have their own headphones. We don't need to use his headphones.
screaming
Oh,
stopped.
brother.
He gave me a single nod, then walked back to his seat without another word. The flight attendant's face crumpled. I'm sorry. I didn't know this would happen. The man said he felt unsafe. Shut the F up. You chose his comfort over a traumatized child's medical needs.
Valid response. This whole story was stupid, bro. From top to bottom. Should we watch one more? Okay, we got one more in us.
My son ripped open his birthday present, saw the PS5, and pushed it to the side. Mom, I
What?
said I wanted a PC. I picked up the box. If you don't want it, you're not getting anything at all. He crossed his arms. Fine. I don't even want that crappy PS.
Okay. I will say, if someone asks for something and you go out your way to not get them that thing, I don't think it's fair to be upset when they don't like the thing you got them that they didn't ask for. Like, he didn't ask for that. So if you couldn't get the PC, say you can't get the PC, but don't try to get him something else that he didn't ask for, because that's not what he wanted. You know? Like, y'all could be calling him ungrateful, but at the same time, if you said to somebody you wanted something and they got you something that's not what you wanted, it's like, cool. That's not what I asked for, though. I didn't ask for that. Hey, Mom, since you're out, can you give me a burger? She comes back with a hot dog. I'm gonna still eat it, but bro, I wanted a burger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had the opportunity to get a burger, and you got me a hot dog. That's inconsiderate. But you wouldn't push it over? I mean, yeah, you shouldn't push it over, but he's still a kid, so kids are extremely emotional. That's just spoiled. What? How is that spoiled? Hey, mom, since you're out getting food, can you get me a burger since you're going to a burger spot? She comes back with a hot dog instead. That's not being spoiled. That's her not listening. That's literally inconsiderate. There's no reason to not get the burger if you're already going to the burger spot. Besides to be a prick. It's not ungrateful. That's not what that is. What are we talking about? That's completely different. That is not different, bro. If I ask my mom, hey, can I get Madden for Christmas? And she gets me 2K? I don't want 2K. Mom, can you give me an Xbox for Christmas? She gets me a PlayStation 5. I wanted the cool, thank you, but if you got two options and I already told you which one I wanted, why would you get the other? That's you're a prick. You can be glad with what you got. Nah. You gotta let people know, like, hey, I want this. And if you can't get it, it's fine. But don't try to replace what I want. If you can't get it, just don't get it. Because you don't have to get it. That's the thing. Like, you don't have to get a replacement for it. You can't get it. Cool, that's one thing from the Christmas list or whatever list you can't get. But replacing it, it's like, I'd rather just not have it.
PS5. All my friends have PCs. That PS5 took me 3 months of overtime and skipped lunches to save for, so I grabbed it and drove straight to the store. My son was about to find out what ungrateful gets you. I was standing in the return line when I noticed a kid.
That would piss me off even more. All my friends have PCs, so can you give me a PC? Here's a PlayStation. Mom! My friends don't have that. They don't have it. That's not ungrateful, bro. My friends don't have that. Like, what do we mean? What are we talking about, bro? But PC's more expensive. You can definitely get it. You can get a cheap PC for the same price of a PS5. You definitely can. She can't afford it, bro? Then don't get it. Like, I think that's okay. Y'all making me feel like I'm tripping. Then just don't get me a console. If you can't afford it, I can understand us not being able to afford it, but I'd rather not get it than replace it. Or buy a Chromebook. A laptop. It's not a PC, but you can still, like, a laptop is a better replacement than a whole separate console. Come on now. A gaming laptop instead of a PC because you can't afford the PC. That makes perfect sense. Not a whole different console. A whole different console don't make sense. That don't make sense at all, huh? Like I said, yep, they see what I'm saying? Is he being ungrateful? I can see that. At the same time, I got an Xbox growing up because my friends had Xboxes. If I would have got a PlayStation instead, I wouldn't have used it because my friends don't have that. And I only want the Xbox to play with my friends. I looked at your search history. The first thing I see is Furry Simulator with 200% completion. I have 250% completion on Furry Simulator. Don't try me like that. You don't piss me off like that.
about 9 by the game shelf, holding a PS5 case with both hands like it was made of gold. He ran to his mom, who had cigarette burns on her jacket and bags under her eyes. Mom, you gotta see this. She put her hand on his shoulder. We can't afford that baby. I'm sorry. He put the case back on the shelf, ran his fingers across it one more time, and walked away. I stepped out of the return line.
You saw how the kid was like, oh, we can't afford it. It is what it is. You could have did that with your kid with the PC. You could have did the same thing. We can't afford it. That kid was able to handle it. Your kid might be able to handle it too. I'm just saying.
Because I'd rather give it to a kid who'd care about it than let my son think he'd ever get it back. I grabbed the game he'd been holding, bought it with the PS5, and caught them in the parking lot. His mom saw the bag and shook her head before I could say a word. We don't take charity. She took her son's hand and started walking. I pulled out my phone and FaceTimed my son so he could watch what his PS5 was about to do for someone else. I held the bag out one more time. It's not charity. Santa sent me. She stopped walking. Her son pulled his hand free and walked back to me. He opened the bag and his whole body froze. Mom, a PS5! Mom, a PS5! She grabbed my arm with both hands and couldn't get any words out. My son on the other end of the phone was screaming and slamming his fists on his bed. The kid stopped mid-jump and stared at my phone. Is he okay? I smiled. Yeah, he's just really happy for you. My son ripped open.
Say what y'all want. She a terrible mom to me. Say what y'all want. She a bad mom to me. I don't care. I don't care. That was whack. That was so whack. Like, get your money back. That was so whack. What? Bro, no, because imagine you're the kid and she was like, yeah, I did that to set an example. And you're like, Mom, you said you couldn't afford the PC, so you bought the PlayStation. Whatever, you could have got a laptop that's closer to a PC. You proceed to give it away, and now we're still broke, and neither one of us are happy. Like, we neither one are happy now. You wasted money. I get nothing. You're not proving nothing. Nothing's being proven. Like, bruh. Most ungrateful kids in history versus smartest mom of today. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Y'all need to stop misconstruing. What y'all are doing is putting yourself in their situation instead of just taking what the person wants. So, for example, let's say for Christmas, you wanted some art supplies. Instead, you didn't get art supplies. Some people will be like, oh, I'd rather not have art supplies. You're so ungrateful. You're not me. I don't want that. Why would you don't have to be grateful for something you particularly didn't want, bro. If it's something that's going against what you wanted, like you don't have, like that's, gratefulness is not the word that should be used. You shouldn't have to put up with what someone else does. Cause you ever bought a gift for somebody and then you got a gift back and you could tell they didn't put thought into it? You not liking that gift that wasn't thoughtful is not you being ungrateful. You're like, bro, I put so much thought into your gift. Why didn't you put any thought into mine? It's not ungratefulness. It's inconsiderate. Like, what? Anyways, though, shout out her story for the very entertaining videos. Bro's mad over a PS5. No, this is hilarious. Mom, can I get a laptop? No, you can have an Xbox though. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to use itch.io. I wanted the laptop so I can use Steam, Mom. I wanted to use Steam. There's no Steam on Xbox, Mom. There was a reason, Mother. I had reasons for this specifically. Xbox has Steam now? Xbox over laptop any day? No, see, like, that makes sense. If all your friends already have an Xbox. Mom, my friends have a PC. I don't need a PC. Give me a laptop. Use that same money on the PlayStation. Give me a laptop. Why do I have to feel bad that you didn't listen to what I asked for? Why do I have to feel bad? I heard they were trying to put Steam onto Xbox and on the PlayStation. I heard they were trying to do that. But did that ever actually happen? No, it didn't actually happen. Only Xbox, PlayStation get hoed. PlayStation get hoed. Regardless, we're gonna call it quits on the YouTube stream, and then we're going to start playing the game. So, people on YouTube, hope y'all enjoyed the stream. I hope y'all have had a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Sleep tight, and please do not let the bed bugs bite. But